Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Great.
I'm Ashley and I'm a junior.
Okay, my name is Adeline and I'm in grade 12.
I'm Varisha. I'm in 10th grade.
Eve, senior,
Yes.
12th grade.
What is something that you have struggled with?
For a good portion of my high school years, I struggled with self-image and just not being able to love myself.
I was really insecure and I had like super low self-esteem, and I just felt like I had no one to talk to about it. I remember feeling like really worthless and I was really depressed, and I remember going to bed like every night crying, and every day I wanted to kill myself, and that was the worst feeling in the world.
It's definitely just like anxiety and overthinking things.
I have had an eating disorder, which kind of paired up with my depression that I've had, which is ongoing for like 6 years. No one really knows that just by looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have cancer, people will say, oh, well, I've noticed you've been going to treatment, or like if you have depression.
It's very physical.
It's an internal kind of thing that you can guard very easily, so.
I was different than everyone else, and for that I was kind of bullied.
And kids don't understand because they don't have this, they don't have, the process in their brain doesn't go through saying, hey, maybe this might have a long-term effect.
Just the sense that I had no one to talk to,
Right.
and everything was just kept inside. Like I remember day after day, like my mom would just drive me to school in the mornings and then pick me up, and I'd just go in my bed and cry.
Oh, and your mom didn't know?
No, because I didn't want to talk to anyone because I was scared how people would think of me.
Lack of sleep.
Feeling a sense of belonging.
Depression and suicide. For me, it was severe to the point where I had to be put in a mental hospital because I did try to take my own life. I can say it changes you in the way that you perceive everything.
Not really worrying what like other people have to like say about my decisions.
A couple years ago, I had prevented someone from committing suicide who was a really good friend of mine, and they would always come to me about struggles that they were having. And at the beginning, when they would first tell me these things and how they were feeling, I wouldn't go to an adult. I wouldn't tell anyone because I was afraid that I could lose them as a friend.
Building healthy relationships. I was made aware that a relationship that I thought was healthy and good wasn't, and then I started questioning all of my relationships, and I found out that I didn't really have any really good ones, and I got scared, and then I pulled away from all of them and all of my friends and everyone who cared about me because I thought that I was like too hard to be around or something, and that I just couldn't do it, and it was probably like easier for everyone if I wasn't part of their lives.
My friend group that I had stayed in since really the beginning of high school started to split up.
Okay.
One part kind of moved over and joined some other people, and the other part split off and gained some other people, and I've been kind of torn between those two groups.
Junior year in school was a very stressful time with the ACTs and all my AP classes, and I had a lot of anxiety, and the way that I coped with my anxiety was not eating and exercising too much, so which turned into like an eating disorder.
Tennis practice for like 2 hours, and then right after that I had to run to basketball practice, which was also 2 hours, and I would start homework at like 9 o'clock, and third quarter is when stuff really like ramps up, so I was staying up until like 2 a.m. Junior year is it's a lot.
Didn't have any time, and I felt like if I got a low grade in it in the class, then I'm kind of failing myself and I'm failing my family, and I didn't like that, so I'd always have this anxiety that I'm just this big failure.
And then who is somebody, like who do you go to, or is there somebody in particular that you could talk to whenever you've been really struggling?
I normally go to my guidance counselor.
I would always go to my best friend Addie or talk to my mom or my sister.
My tennis coach, he keeps me confident in myself. He always believes me when no one else does. So whenever I lose that confidence, I kind of go back to him.
Probably my best friend.
I have friends that I go to right away, but then I also have my family, and we're a really close-knit family, and whenever I just be down, for certain things, I'd go and talk to them about it.
Well, I have my cousins.
My dance teacher really helped me. Dance was kind of a way for me to escape everything.
Yeah, I'd say my youth group leader, she was the one that I told first, and she was the one that sat down with me and told my parents with me.
Was it scary?
It was kind of, but I mean,
It was worth it.
yeah, it was.
What has helped you kind of deal with that or handle that struggle?
I would say don't feel like you have to pick only one group.
I listen to music, I take deep breaths, and I just think about everything, where I like to kind of ponder what's happening in the situation. And I don't know, I kind of just do things that make me happy.
I've been through a lot of things that the average teenager can't understand. And it's not super relatable. My best friend told me that even she couldn't handle it, and I leaned on her way too much, and she was really, really good about it, but it was hurting her.
You eventually went to therapy, and that's what
Yeah.
ultimately helped you, right?
Yeah, I've always been a supporter of getting help and talking to people, and I've always thought, like, that would be good. And also I have a friend who just spent maybe like 2 years, I think, or a year and a half in a treatment center, like rehab, and he told me that he's really recovered and he's made this like amazing recovery, and he's really happy. Like, well, if it worked, for him, then maybe it'd be a good thing for me.
I don't know, I've kind of just realized, like, it's my life, my decisions, so, like, I can't be like, oh, maybe this person's right. Like, I have to, like, do it for myself.
Look in my dresser next to my bed, and I write, and it helps me get out those negative feelings onto paper, which kind of lifts those negative feelings off of me.
When my parents got a divorce, my dad thought it was good to see a counselor about like my family problems, and from then on we didn't really talk about family, we just talked about me.
Like taking a moment to just like step back and just realize like it's not the end of the world and that there are other options, to just be able to like use as an outlet for that anxiety. Like sometimes I'll just like hang out with my little brother, or like I'll hang out with my friends, or just like talk to one of them. That usually helps a lot.
It was more trying to find myself and say that it didn't matter what other people had to say about me, because that's how it started, with what people would say and then letting it affect me, and then just realizing that my whole life is not made to please everybody.
Learn to love the struggle.
I'm trying to get my work done early. I think I've started to recognize that as a person I am whole and that I belong within myself. The different groups and different interests that I have, although they might not always coincide with each other, they all make up me, and in that way I belong, I guess. So although sometimes I feel really different, that is also what's really beautiful about me.
There are a lot of people in this school, and there are a lot of people that make up the community, and sort of over time I think I just found like my place. I made friends based on who I was, and that if I was like myself, then I found friends that were really there for me. I don't care so much as who I appear to be. I care more about what I'm experiencing.
I've learned that I need to be more assertive, not only with other people but with my own self.
I take a day for myself
Spent a lot of time building myself and practicing like my skills and just making them stronger so I could have like when people told me, oh, you won't be able to or you can't, I could say, well, I can practice. And also it really helped most like surrounding myself with positive people who also believed in me. So their belief in me and their support like helped, like rubbed off. Like when you're around positive people, it's gonna automatically rub off on you.
One day I went to Tropical Smoothie with my friend Abby. She was one of my older friends from middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she told me about what's been going on with her life, like how she's been doing, and then she asked me, V, how have you been? And I just told her.
Has it shaped who you are? Has it changed how you see yourself now?
Oh gosh. It taught me like to how like important it is to have people around you and how valuable like your friends and family are. And like going through this, like I know that I can help other people because like if it wasn't for people, I would not be where I am today, like all my friends and family.
I think I'm more like positive and confident.
Managed by anxiety more than I used to. I used to be really like, I just let it consume me, but now I feel like I can take a breath.
If somebody you knew was going through the same struggle, is there any advice you would give them?
How would my friends or family feel? It would probably be devastating, and I would never want to put that kind of feeling on anybody.
So knowing and recognizing that you are loved and then that's around you.
Definitely.
Talking to people is the only way that you're going to get over it. You can't keep it inside.
Be self-reflective.
If you're doing what you love, it's never a struggle.
Oh, that's good.
I like that.
Well, I personally have not gotten better yet. I've relapsed a few times. I've been a few actually. 6 years, so going strong. But it's okay to want to reach out to people because people want to help. It gets better.
You do matter, you are beautiful.
It's gonna be okay. That's really what got me through it because I've dealt with really hard things all my life and everything always turns out okay. And I just tell myself that, and even if everything looks like it's in flames and you never get it back again, you're never going to be okay again, like you're going to be fine. And not everything's going to be the same, but you're going to be okay and you're going to make it out the other end. And then you're going to be smarter with all of the knowledge that you gained from this experience.
It's not the end of the world, and there's always something that will help me through it, and that if there's a problem that I have, there's always some way that I could fix it.
Doesn't define who you are because the definition is on the inside, because that's the most important thing. It's just respect and loving yourself.
Take it day by day. Don't worry about, what's going to be happening 3 months from now or something. Just kind of take it a little bit at a time and try and schedule things out the best of your ability.
Go to an adult. Do not be afraid to go to an adult because you think you're going to lose them as a friend. You will lose them as a human being if you don't possibly.
I guess just really believe in yourself and really take to the heart the fact that you deserve acceptance and love, not just from other people, but from yourself.
Figure out what their passion is and like stick to it. Like don't let anybody tell you that you can't.
Those feelings inside of you, like someone cares, like someone will listen to you, like you're not alone. You're not alone in this.
You'd probably look at me in the hallway and you'd
I
never
would
even
have no
think,
idea. Everybody's fighting a battle.
We're all human.
We're all human.
We are all human.
We are all human.
We're all human.
We are all human.
We're all human.
We're all human.
We're all human.
We're all human.
Yay! All right.